Myself, Sri Balaji, Assistant Professor in the Department of Management Studies, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. Here we are going to see about the topic business ethics, corporate social responsibilities, and governance. What is business ethics? Business ethics is the study of business situations, activities, and decisions where issues of right and wrong are addressed. The term business ethics is used in three different senses. One, ethics in business, ethics as a movement. Third, business ethics as part of general field of ethics. Broadly, ethics is the discipline that examines one's moral standards or the moral standards of society to evaluate their reasonableness and their implications for one's life. Business ethics is a specialized study of moral right and wrong that concentrates on moral standards as they apply to business institutions, organizations, and behavior. Why is business ethics important? Powerful and influence of business in society. Potential to provide major contribution to society. Potential to inflict harm. Increasing demands from stakeholders, lack of business ethics, education or training, continued occurrences of ethical infractions, evaluating different ways of managing business ethics, interesting and rewarding, defining morality, ethics, and ethical theory. Morality is concerned with the norms, values, and beliefs embedded in social processes which define right and wrong for an individual or an community. Ethics is concerned with the study of morality and the application of reason to elucidate specific rules and principles that determine right and wrong for any given situation. These rules and principles are called ethical theories. Nature of business ethics. The characteristics or feature of business ethics are code of conduct. Business ethics is a code of conduct. It tells what to do and what not to do for the welfare of the society. All businessmen must follow this code of conduct based on moral and social values. Business ethics is based on moral and social values. It contains moral and social principles for doing business. This includes self-control, consumer protection, and welfare, service to society, fair treatment to social groups, not to exploit others, gives protection to social groups. Business ethics give protection to different social groups such as consumers, employees, small businessmen, government, shareholders, creditors, and so on. Provides basic framework. Business ethics provide a basic framework for doing business. It gives the social, cultural, economic, legal, and other limits of business. Business must be conducted within these limits. Voluntary. Business ethics must be voluntary. Businessmen must accept business ethics on their own. Business ethics must be like self-discipline. It must not be enforced by law. Requires education and guidance. Businessmen must be given proper education and guidance before introducing business ethics. Businessmen must be motivated to use business ethics. They must be informed about the advantage of using business ethics. Trade associations and chambers of commerce must play an active role in this matter. Relative term. Business ethics is a relative term. That is, it changes from one business to another. It also changes from one country to another. What is considered as good in one country may be taboo in another country. New concept. Business ethics is a newer concept. It is strictly followed only in developed countries. It is not followed properly in poor and developing countries. Importance of business ethics. Long-term growth. Sustainability comes from an ethical long-term vision, which takes into account all stakeholders. Smaller but sustainable profits long-term must be better than higher but riskier short-lived profits. Cost and risk reduction. Companies which recognize the importance of business ethics will need to spend less protecting themselves from internal and external behavioral risk, especially when supported by sound governance system and independent research. Anti-capitalist sentiment. The financial crisis marked another blow for the credibility of capitalism, with resentment towards bank bailouts at the cost of fundamental rights such as education and healthcare. Limited resources. The planet has finite resources but a growing population. Without ethics, those resources are depleted for purely individual gain at huge cost both to current and future generations. Scope of business ethics. Ethical problems and phenomena arises across all the functional areas of companies and at all levels within the company. Ethics in compliance. Compliance is about obeying and adhering to rules and authority. The motivation for being compliant could be to do the right thing out of the fear of being caught rather than a desire to be abiding by the law. An ethical climate in an organization ensures that compliance with law is fueled by a desire to abide by the laws. Organizations that value high ethics comply with the laws not only in letter but go beyond what is stipulated or expected of them. Ethics in finance. The ethical issues in finance that companies and employees are confronted with includes of related party transactions not at arm's length, insider trading, securities fraud leading to manipulation of the financial markets, executive compensation, bribery, kickbacks, overbilling of expenses, facilitation payments, and fake reimbursements. Ethics in human resource. Human resource management plays a decisive role in introducing and implementing ethics. Ethics should be a pivotal issue for HR specialists. The ethics of human resource management covers those ethical issues arising around the employer and employee relationship, such as the rights and duties owed between employer and employee. Ethics in marketing. Marketing ethics is the area of applied ethics which deals with the moral principles behind the operation and regulation of marketing. Ethics of production. This area of business ethics deals with the duties of a company to ensure that products and production processes do not cause harm. Some of the more acute dilemmas in this area rise out of the fact that there is usually a degree of danger in any product or production process, and it is difficult to define a degree of permissibility, or the degree of permissibility may depend on the changing state of preventative technologies or changing social perception of acceptable risk. Types of ethical issues. Systematic. Ethical questions about the social, political, legal, or economic systems within which companies operate. Corporate. Ethical questions about a particular corporation and its policies, culture, climate, impact, or actions. Individual. Ethical questions about a particular individual's decisions, behavior, or character. Globalization, a key context for business ethics. Globalization is a process which diminishes the necessity of a common and shared territorial basis for social, economic, and political activities, processes, and relations. Sustainability, a key goal for business ethics. Sustainability refers to the long-term maintenance of systems according to environmental, economic, and social considerations. Difference between code of conduct and code of ethics. A code of ethics document may outline the mission and values of the business or organization, how professionals are supposed to approach problems, the ethical principles based on the organization's core values, and the standards to which the professional is held. Code of conduct. A code of conduct is a set of rules outlining the social norms and rules and responsibilities of or proper practices for an individual, party, or organization. Related concepts include ethical, honor, moral, codes, and religious laws. According to the Free Management Library, a code of conduct is important because it promotes moral behavior, acts as a guideline for ethical decision making, enhance the reputation of an organization, prevents negative legal effects, encourages positive relationship, acts as a reference for solving ethical dilemmas. The Code of Ethics and Standards of Professional Conduct, that is, code and standards, are the ethical benchmark for investment professionals around the globe, regardless of job title, cultural differences, or local laws. What is corporation? A corporation is essentially defined in terms of legal status and the ownership of assets. Corporations are typically regarded as artificial persons in the eye of the law. Corporations are notionally owned by shareholders but exist independently of them. Managers and directors have a fiduciary responsibility to protect the investment of shareholders. Can a corporation have social responsibilities? Milton Friedman's classic article is "The social responsibility of business is to increase its profits." Friedman vigorously argued against the notion of social responsibilities for corporations based on three main arguments. Only human beings have a moral responsibility for their actions. It is managers' responsibility to act solely in the interest of shareholders. Social issues and problems are the proper province of the state rather than corporate managers. Why do corporations have social responsibilities? Business reasons, that is, enlightened self interest, extra and are more satisfied customers. Employees may be more attracted or committed. Forestall legislation. Long-term investment which benefits corporation. Moral reasons like corporations cause social problems. Corporations should use their power responsibly. All corporate activities have some social impact. Corporations rely on the contribution of a wide set of stakeholders in society, not just shareholders. What is the nature of corporate social responsibilities? Corporate social responsibility includes the economic, legal, ethical, and philanthropic expectations placed on organizations by society at a given point in time. Coral's four-part model of corporate social responsibility. The first one, philanthropic responsibilities decided by society. Second, ethical responsibilities expected by society. Third, legal responsibilities required by society. Fourth, economic responsibilities required by society. CSR in an international context. CSR strong in US. Influence elsewhere is more recent. This is partly explained by explicit versus implicit CSR. Regional differences exist with respect to all CSR levels. Economic responsibility. Focus in USA on shareholders. France has extensive responsibility for employees. India has tradition of investment in the local community. Legal responsibility. State seen in Europe as key enforcer of rules elsewhere. Government seen with more skepticism. Example, corporate corruption interfering with liberty. Ethical responsibility, wide range of local ethical values and preferences, expectations vary. Philanthropic responsibility, Europe tends to compel giving via legal framework elsewhere, like USA, India, China, companies are expected to share their wealth. Shareholder theory of the firm. Theory developed by Edmund Freeman in the year 1984. A stakeholder of an organization is any group or individual who can affect or is affected by the achievement of the organization objectives. More precise definition of affects and affected by. Principle of corporate rights. The corporation has the obligation not to violate the rights of others. Principle of corporate effect. Companies are responsible for the effects of their actions on others. Stakeholder thinking in an international context. One could argue that although the terminology of stakeholder theory is relatively new in places like Europe or Asia, the general principles have actually been practiced for some time. German supervisory board includes employee representatives. Keiretsu system in Japan, a network of banks, manufacturers, suppliers, and service providers. Different forms of stakeholder theory. Donaldson and Preston in 1995. Normative stakeholder theory attempts to provide a reason why corporations should take into account stakeholder interests. Descriptive stakeholder theory attempts to ascertain whether corporations actually do take into account stakeholders' interests. Instrument stakeholder theory attempts to answer the question of whether it is beneficial for the corporation to take into account stakeholder interests. Corporate accountability, the firm as a political actor. Corporate accountability refers to whether a corporation is answerable in some way for the consequences of its actions. Firms have begun to take on the role of political actors, taken up many of the functions previously undertaken by government because governmental failure, increasing power and influence of corporations. The problem of democratic accountability. Who controls corporations? Who are corporation accountable? Key to corporate accountability is transparency. Transparency is the degree to which corporate decisions, policies, activities, and impacts are acknowledged and made visible to relevant stakeholders. Corporate citizenship. Defining corporate citizenship in three perspectives. A limited view of corporate citizenship. This essentially equates corporate citizenship with corporate philanthropy. An equivalent view of corporate citizenship. This essentially equates corporate citizenship with CSR. An extended view of corporate citizenship. This acknowledges the extended political role of the corporation in society. The role of ethical theory. Two extreme positions. Ethical absolutism claims there are eternal, universally applicable moral principles, right and wrong are objective qualities, can be rationally determined. Typically, traditional ethical theories. Ethical relativism claims morality is context dependent and subjective, no universal right and wrong that can be rationally determined. Depends on person making the decision and culture in which they are located. Typically, contemporary ethical theories. What are normative ethical theories. Ethical theories are the rules and principles that determine right and wrong for any given situation. Normative ethical theories are those that propose to prescribe the morally correct way of acting, as opposed to descriptive ethical theories, which seek to describe how ethics decisions are actually made in business. Thank you.